Ever since I wrote that newsletter for the beginning of February about love, and we have our promotion that's Love is in the Air, we have made some of the funnest content on our social media in the last couple weeks. And I also have just been reflecting on the number of patients who have actually made it in to see us, who have done what you have done for the duration of my practice, like for the duration of the 13 years that I guarantee both Dr. Ryan and have been in practice. And this is so important because there have been a lot of perspectives about the things that we've done over the last 3.5 years. I've been on platforms and stages with the audience of chiropractors who have called me angry, and it's an interesting dynamic, right? It's an interesting dynamic to think about because some people view, as I shared in the last newsletter, like love has to be always warm and fuzzy and puppy dogs and rainbows, right? My cat just caught a baby rabbit, like this big, this little baby. And I was walking back from where I record these studios or the podcasts and the videos, and I saw a rabbit. I was like, oh wow, I'm gonna take a video. I took a picture. um, they're super cute. Like it's spring and they're all like multiplying. I was like, it's really weird. Why is the rabbit on our deck? And we've seen this rabbit on our deck over the last like couple weeks. Interestingly, same time frame. And like go inside. I just put up a new curtain, and I'm going back inside to get the broom and dustpan, and we hear this like squealing, right? And my cat Marshmallow has caught this little tiny rabbit, and he's running to our bedroom, which is where he hangs out. He runs under the bed and lets him go. I'm like, you, I'm so pissed because my cat's awesome. I love him, but it's a baby bunny. You know, if it was a rat or something, I'd not be as compassionate. And I just think of it made me think about like the same conversations, right? For the last 13 years, we have essentially had this system, whether it's the healthcare system, the education system, you name the system, right? They're all trying to capture our kids. And this bunny is there, like watching, observing, trying to like figure out what to do. And at the end of the day, and this is what the blog's about, at the end of the day, it comes down to choices, right? On one end, parents, like what system do you choose? And so many of you have chosen us, and you've chosen us, and we don't take that choice lightly. And in that process, there is an experience, right? And many of you and most of us come from the perspective where we thought we needed to choose those old systems. And in those old systems are just a different worldview, a different perspective, a different philosophy. We could argue altered science, pharma driven, pharma sponsored, farmer owned, and the same kind of theme, right? We have, in the last 2 weeks, have had some of the most challenging, quote, cases, but amazing children with this radical potential to transform if given the opportunity to transform. And what is coupled with your experience in the system is a different equation of the same story, which is shame, guilt, coercion, a ridiculously horrible prognosis, completely devoid of hope, which is not always the person, right? It's the person running the paradigm and the system, communicating in the way that that system has to, largely, which is what my family went through, because they are medically, legally bound to devoid you of hope. Because if they give you too much hope, they could be sued. And here we are in our system where we speak through the lens of biology and neurology, which is highly logical, right? That's why the end of those words end in logical. And when you move in that realm of common sense, two things happen. One is you just get clarity. Parents, moms mostly, get to be seen, heard, and valued through this. Hopefully what we deliver is compassion empathy, listening, but also a level of certainty, conviction, and hopefully like some form of authority, not dictatorial, but authority in a sense that something that we believe because it is logical to believe, because every mom in my practice, every mom in our exchange that has come in contact with future generations, thousands at this point, have all agreed that this infinitely wise process of growing a whole human is two half cells that turns into 26 billion cells in 280 days or so, 9 months, right? Plus or minus, is not consciously controlled. It's an innate wisdom. Whether you believe it as a biological directive or you believe it as a spiritual, energetic mandate, it's not conscious. And because of that, that wisdom in your body is still in your child's body. And that's the lens that we look through, not because we guarantee everybody goes into remission at this specific time, but because how about giving life a chance? How about just the pure fact, this is a fact, that your body, your kid's body, your family's body's ability to heal is far greater than that system has ever led you to believe. So on that side is that clarity. It's the truth. It's the logic. It's the common sense. It's seeing, hearing, valuing, empathy. But on the other end is that love that I was talking about in the last newsletter. I'm so grateful for these stories, through tears, through heartache, through gut-wrenching stories of shaming, coercing, manipulating, whatever, of ridiculously devoid, right, prognoses devoid of hope, of an authority and a dictatorship under the guise of standard of care that's actually sponsored by pharma. But in telling that story, you are displaying the thing that makes the world go round, the thing that drove that bunny to watch her baby in the grips of the system, Kat. And I deeply look at all of it as the greatest form of love that exists in the world, right? A mother just trying to like do their very best for their kid. And to bring them to a chiropractor, to bring them to us, is also bringing your children to the black sheep of the black sheep, even in the natural health community. But I know that you do for the same reason that we put on our polos, I guess, our Expect Miracles t-shirts, our swag every day, is because we love it. We love knowing that every day there is this potential and reality of a radical, miraculous healing that is just your makeup. And that everything we measure isn't to label or pathologize, but everything that we measure, whether it's scans, exams, or x-rays, the functional or structural components of your children's nervous system expression of life or lack thereof, is it's only logic that we expect miracles. It's the reality. Every day we witness them, but it's only logic. And it's only logic because there is this infinite force, this God that surrounds us, that is not just intelligent, but is the deepest love that if we truly recognize it, we could ever truly experience. And it's what I believe drives our theme for this month. Love is in the air. Absolutely, unequivocally would love for you to invite your people into our world. And if you do, you'll get entered into a raffle, which is super, super awesome because we are raffling off a date night at the end of the month. And we hope to pour into you with that. But also because on the other side of that invitation is the potentiality of a miracle that just does not exist in the system. This weekend, tomorrow, as this newsletter goes out, is Dee, our very own Deanna Bamford. She's teaching an amazing workshop about the spinal energetics, the chakra systems, the amazing nature of the self-healing, self-organizing nature of the nervous system and the energy systems of the body. And in the end, I just am infinitely grateful that we get the honor of absolutely being in service to you. Oh, and 229 Leap Day in our office, our first ever Mental Health Matters workshop that I get to teach. I'm so excited about this. Dr. Ryan asked me once, like, what is the most common condition that we see? And unequivocally, I said anxiety. And I just said this at our last workshop, which was about neurodevelopmental disorders. And I got hands up, an agreement, noticing that anxiety is for sure something that we are all riddled with. What is the absolute remedy, root cause remedy for anxiety? And it is always, 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 always love. Choose love. Love and appreciate you all.